Potato chip crisp on the outside and tender and juicy on the inside. It's a staple of bento box lunches, and it's often featured in Japanese anime like Shokugeki no Soma. Yup, that's right. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make my favorite food in the world. Welcome back to No Recipes. I'm Mark Matsumoto, and I'm here to show you how to elevate your everyday meals, so be sure to smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make karaage. It's a kind of Japanese fried chicken that's made by marinating chicken with sake, soy sauce, and ginger, dusting it with a little bit of potato starch before frying it until it's crisp on the outside and juicy in the center.
I'm also going to be showing you how I pack this karaage into a bento box at the end, so stick around for that.
I told you before why potato starch is the best way to thicken a sauce, but it's also the secret to getting a light, crispy coating on your karaage. So don't be tempted to use cornstarch. Alright, let's have a look at some of the other ingredients we're going to use.
For the marinade, we're going to be using soy sauce, ginger, and sake. That's it. For the chicken, I have a bunch of free-range, deboned, skin-on chicken legs. The first thing we're gonna do is cut the chicken up. I'm using whole deboned legs, so I'm gonna go ahead and split the thigh meat from the drumstick meat. If there's pieces of excess fat or pieces of gristle, be sure to trim those off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and chop these up into 2-bite chunks that are roughly the same size. This is important because different sized pieces of chicken are going to cook at different speeds, and you don't want to end up with a mix of overcooked and undercooked chicken. Since leg meat varies in thickness, you're going to have to get a little creative about how you cut them up. For the marinade, I'm going to grate some fresh ginger into a bowl. Then we're going to add the soy sauce and the sake, and we're going to go ahead and give that a stir. Now I'm gonna add the chicken into the marinade, and then I'm gonna gently mix things up. You wanna be careful not to tear the skin off the meat. That's looking pretty good already, but I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the fridge for 2 to 3 hours so the chicken and marinade can get intimate. Alright, once the chicken is done marinating, you just need to dust each piece evenly with potato starch. A thinner coating is gonna be more crisp, while a thicker coating is gonna be more crunchy. So you can adjust the texture of your karaage based on your preferences. Now we just need to fry these up. I have some oil that I've preheated to 170 degrees Celsius, which is about 340 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna go ahead and fry the chicken up in batches. Be sure you don't overcrowd the pot, or the oil temperature will drop and make your karaage greasy. Also, try to add pieces of chicken that are roughly the same size so they cook in about the same amount of time. Depending on the size of your chicken, they should take about 3 to 4 minutes to cook through, but there's a lot of factors that can affect the cooking time, so I'd recommend using an instant read thermometer to measure the internal temperature of the chicken until you're comfortable eyeballing it. When you're checking the temperature of the chicken, be sure to remove it from the oil before measuring it. You want it to hit an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and carryover cooking will take it up to 165, which is the safe temperature for eating chicken. Alright, let's give these a flip. Today I'm frying my karaage in rice bran oil, which I think is the best all-around cooking oil because it has a high smoke point and it's got a mild nutty flavor that doesn't get in the way of the food. If you can't find it, any vegetable oil with a high smoke point will work. Once you're done frying the chicken, you can flash fry some green beans or asparagus for a few seconds just to add a bit of color to your plate. When it's done, your karaage should end up looking something like this. The potato starch mixes with the marinade on the surface of the chicken to create this crisp shell that has the texture and taste of a chicken and ginger flavored potato chip. As you bite through the crust, the chicken on the inside explodes in a flood of savory chicken juices that'll mob your brain with dopamine. Okay, I'm starting to drool on myself, and I'm not sure if the video is doing these justice, so check this out. Oh, did you hear that? And just look at how juicy that is. Okay, I'm ready to eat, but first I want to show you how to pack this karaage into a bento. When packing a bento, I usually start with the rice, and then I pack the other ingredients in tightly using edible separators like lettuce to keep the various flavors from mixing. This helps to keep things from shifting around when you're on the go, and it also adds some extra vitamins. The key to making a bento flavorful and fun is to include a rainbow of colors and textures to keep your mouth entertained from the first bite to the last. Packing a bento lunch is an easy way to save money and eat better, so hit the link above to check out some of my other tasty bento items.
I'm probably a little biased, but karaage is my favorite food in the world, and I really think this is the best way to make it. So I hope you'll give my karaage a try. If you love Japanese food, click the link above to check out the rest of my Japanese recipes, and it would be really awesome if you shared these videos with your friends. Alright, be sure to give us a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss my next delicious episode. Karaage is delicious packed into a bento box, but it's at its best when it's still crisp, straight out of the fryer. So I'm gonna go grab a beer and vanish that platter of karaage before anyone sees it. But I'll catch you in the next one.
Check us out on Instagram at No Recipes.